In this world, survival is the art form that spares no one. Welcome to Live Vivid, where we put aside polite illusions and bring truth to the surface, bold and unfiltered. Here, clarity isn't just a virtue, it's your shield. Strength isn't arrogance, it's necessity. Resilience isn't simply endurance, it's transformation. So, if you're ready to see not just what's obvious, but what's real, if you want to arm yourself to walk among wolves and remain untouchable, you're exactly where you need to be. Don't trust every smile. Behind the gentle curve of lips, danger lurks. Smiles aren't always invitations, they can be camouflage. It's how people get close, sidestepping the alarms in your mind, until they're closer than you ever imagined. No warning, no sound, no reason to suspect until the blade slips in between your ribs, emotional or otherwise. They come posing as friends, as lovers, as colleagues, the familiar faces you see every day, the people who should have your back. And the moment you let your guard drop, even for a heartbeat, they strike. Not everyone, but enough that the lesson isn't paranoia, it's survival. In this world, betrayal doesn't bother with a disguise. It wears the crisp suit, the gentle handshake. Sometimes it arrives with a timely favor, the illusion of support. It doesn't need to hide, it simply waits for a chance. If you look vulnerable, people won't see someone who needs compassion. They see opportunity. That's not cynicism. That's centuries of human nature, written into the very bones of life. You don't have to be broken to be destroyed. Just look breakable, and watch how quickly people begin poking and prodding to see just how far you'll bend before you shatter. Those who cry in public, who overshare their wounds online, who let their emotional cracks reflect in their posture or their words, they become targets. Why? Because kindness, understanding, and mercy, though beautiful, are weapons only in the hands of the strong. For everyone else, they become invitations. A map showing your most sensitive spots, directions labeled for anyone who cares to hurt you. You might think, if I show them my pain, they'll finally understand. That's not how it works. They don't empathize, they study. They take notes, quietly, waiting for the right moment, testing your limits, sometimes to help, but often to see how far they can push before you yield. Machiavelli didn't write about surviving life's storms by being gentle. He wrote about making sure you're never caught off guard, about watching for threats before they become problems. So, here's the first lesson. You don't need to be invincible. You just need to appear untouchable. If you want to be untouchable, start now. Kill the illusion of weakness that the world feasts on. Stand up. Wipe away your tears. Proud, private, sacred. Stop telling people where it hurts. Reclaim your pain as something valuable, something intimate that not everyone has the right to know. Because the wolves are always watching, judging, waiting. Let them wonder. Let them speculate about what you're capable of, not about what you're afraid of. The less they know about your fears, the less they can use against you. Don't give them weapons. This world, for all its bright promises, doesn't reward honesty. It rewards unreadability, a controlled opacity that leaves people uncertain, questioning, cautious. Be unreadable, always sharp, always silent, always untouchable. The truth may be harsh, it may feel cold or even brutal at times, but there's freedom in it too. The world isn't ruled by what's true, it's ruled by what people perceive. Your reality is secondary. Your presentation is what shapes your fate. People don't react to the kindness in your heart, the complexity of your mind, or the depth of your loyalty. They react to what they see. If you look weak, you will be crushed. If you look soft, you'll be targeted. If you seem uncertain, someone, somewhere, will exploit you. Not because you've earned it, not because you deserve it, but because that's the way people are made, drawn like moths to the vulnerability of a flickering flame. Centuries ago, Machiavelli understood this. He wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." In that line is more power than most people can comprehend. It means your truth doesn't matter to the world. Your image does. The mask you wear is stronger than the soul beneath. Some claim it's a tragedy, but in reality, it's a form of power. Because you can choose your mask. You can sculpt the version of yourself the world sees. You get to decide if you look like prey or like peril. This isn't about being more powerful or more ruthless than everyone else. It's about control. Control your emotions, your reactions, your presence. When you walk into a room, pay attention. What do people feel when they look at you? Do they see someone to test, someone to belittle, someone they can push toward the edge? Or do they sense something different? Hesitation, respect, even fear. Not from your words, but from the unspoken confidence you project. Power isn't always loud. True power rarely is. The ones who are noticed the most are often the most vulnerable. The ones who move with calculated silence, who are precise, intentional. These are the people who command the room without ever shouting commands. Every glance, every word, every pause is a tool. Perception becomes your armor. Never feel obligated to show people your innermost truth. Instead, show them what they need to see, so they give you the distance, the respect, the peace you deserve. Not because you demand it, but because your presence leaves no other option. This isn't manipulation. This is mastery. The world has always played these games. The deck is stacked. The difference is most people don't see the cards. But if you do, you can stop playing purely to survive and start playing to win. Here's the harshest reality. People don't wait for proof to victimize you. They only need suspicion. If the illusion of weakness forms in someone's mind, it will haunt you, harder to erase than any fact. So crush that illusion before it ever grows. Become the master of your image before it becomes your prison. Build an identity so consistent, so tightly controlled, that no one can begin to guess what you're truly capable of. You become the mystery. The story whispered. The person whose reputation spreads not because you demand attention, but because your silence, your restraint, your unpredictability speak louder than their empty boasts. You don't owe the world an explanation. You owe yourself protection. Stop trying to prove who you are. Start showing what they fear. Because in a world that runs on perception, the most dangerous person isn't the one who flaunts their power. It's the one whose limits remain unknown. If you want real power, never bleed in front of the wolves. The first rule of survival: control your exposure. Pain is real. Deny it all you want. It finds us all. But broadcasting it invites disaster. Every time you vent online, every time you complain to someone who hasn't earned your trust, every careless confession peels away another layer of your defenses. You think you're connecting. Instead, you're mapping out vulnerabilities. You're teaching the world where to stab if they ever need to. People don't always destroy you because you wronged them. Sometimes they just want leverage. Sometimes they want entertainment, or dominance, or to feel less weak themselves. Pain, when given carelessly, becomes their tool. If this message resonated with you, if you're ready to embrace strength, control, and the power of perception, then join our community. Like this video, subscribe to Live Vivid, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an insight that could change your life. Remember, in a world where perception is reality, mastering your image isn't deception. It's survival. Stay sharp. Stay silent. Stay untouchable.